the Miami Dolphins are still alive. What is up, Finn fans? I have so many notes. I like to keep it to one page, and then once I hit the bottom, I start scribbling across the top. I have so many notes from this game. Dolphins win 20-3. Their playoff hopes are alive. The Colts have eliminated themselves by losing to the Giants. The Broncos lost to the Bengals. Everything is coming to fruition. The Dolphins have a legit shot of making the playoffs. And I'm going to talk about all this tomorrow, because right now we're going to recap this game, but there's a legit shot of making the playoffs. And what will happen in the playoffs? We'll probably get stomped out by Buffalo. But let's talk about this. We will talk about stats. We'll start with the away team as the Dolphins. Tyler Huntley, 22 for 26, 225 yards, 1 touchdown, 115.5 passer rating. One of those incompletions was a spiking of the ball. So technically, I would say 22 for 25. He had a fantastic game, as you can tell by the thumbnail. I put him in the thumbnail. He was the leading rusher, 7 carries, 52 yards, and that touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful game from Tyler Huntley. It seems like the longer he was in this system, the more he understood it. Very, very happy with the way he played. Devon Achane, 10 carries for 25 yards. Outside of Tyler Huntley rushing for the ball, the offensive line was garbage. Could not run block. Robert Jones was bad. They put Liam Eichenberg back in at points. Just bad. Receiving yards, Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 105. You had Jonnu with the touchdown. Malik Washington, 4 for 41. Tyler Huntley fumbled, but he did get the ball back. Deshaun Hand also recovered a fumble on a strip sack from Dorian Thompson by Emmanuel Ogbah. We only had 1 sack, which was from Emmanuel Ogbah. I was really hoping that Chop would at least get another sack or two. Terrell Dotson with the interception. Terrell Dotson and Brooks had a fantastic game. Those guys were all over the field, making tackles, making plays. I said this during the live stream. I said this on Twitter. I would bring these two linebackers back, and I would add maybe 1 or 2 more guys. But I really liked the way Terrell Dotson and Jordan Brooks played today, and I really like it. Tyreek Hill at one point was returning kicks. Jason Sanders, 2 for 2 on field goals. I'm not even going to talk about anything because I don't want to jinx it with that. Dorian Thompson-Robinson had not a good game. He was 24 for 47, 170 in the interception, a 50.8 rating. Foreman, 13 carries, 49 yards. Strong Jr., 5 for 33. They had 114 yards altogether, but I think the defense did great. Jerry Jeudy, 12 for 94, but a lot of that came at garbage time when the Dolphins defense wasn't really playing much. And they had 4 sacks on the day. Myles Garrett, he had 14 sacks. This is, I think, 4 straight years. First time in history a player's done that. Myles Garrett was a beast. Cameron Thomas with a sack. Isaiah McGuire with a sack, just completely destroying it. No interceptions, no fumbles. Really good there. Team stat-wise, even on first downs, 18-18. Third down efficiency, they were better, 7 of 17. We were 2 for 11. Penalties, we had 11 penalties for 94 yards. They had 9 penalties for 84 yards. The penalties would kill drives left and right, was driving me nuts. Total yardage, we had 280 to their 276. It's pretty even keel of a game. 29 minutes for them, 30 for us. Pretty even keel game, which sucks because they're 3-13. And we, they were 3-12 and we were 7-8. Now we're 8-8 back to 500. There's some good, there's some bad that I want to talk about with this game. So I'm going to go to my notes so I can catch it all. First, Teron Armstead. I feel horrible for him. Apparently he was testing his knee on the sideline. That knee is a problem. And he even said in a press conference that it's not that it's a pain thing. It's like his knee is just giving out. So I'm like 90% sure he's probably going to retire at this end of the season. And it sucks because he's a very good left tackle. I will talk about cap implications with that because he is due a lot of money this season. So we'll see. What else did I write down? The challenges. Jesus. Mike McDaniel with these challenges. He's on his NFL head coaching career, he has 4 for 18 on challenges. And he challenged a play that I was like, all right, I can see that. It's a good challenge. It was 3 plays later, maybe even 2 plays later, he challenges a forward pass. It was so blatantly a forward pass, just absolutely horrible. The 4th and inches play. He challenged, right? He challenged it. 4th and inches. He pitches the ball backwards to Wilson Jr. Instead of running forward, maybe even giving it to the fullback, maybe even trying something where, a guy comes up under center, a QB sneak it. You have a mobile quarterback in there now. You pitch it backwards 3 yards for a tackle for a loss to Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. The penalties killed drives. The offensive line killed drives. Defense played great. Really great. Holland struggling at tackling. I don't know what is going on with him. Robert Jones just garbage, not blocking. Great punt from Bailey to put him down to the 2. Screen after screen after screen. After we get the interception, we run screens. So we get the interception and we're on their side of the field, and then we end up punting on our 30-something. It was just like one thing after another. This team is just so undisciplined. The fact that we won 20-3 is only showing how bad the Cleveland Browns are. Now, again, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, no, we have a chance. And we do. If the Dolphins win and the Broncos lose to the Chiefs, and I understand they're resting their starters, but they could still lose, the Dolphins make the playoffs. I did not think this was a possibility, right? Back when we lost to Buffalo, I was like, season's over. And even if we get into the playoffs, we're going to face Buffalo and Buffalo. That is horrible. I don't think this Jets game next week is going to be a cakewalk because, yes, they got stomped out by the Buffalo Bills, but that doesn't mean that they aren't still a good football team. I don't know, man. This team is just undisciplined. Just really undisciplined. I really don't like some of the play calling Mike McDaniel does. I don't understand his judgment mentally. He just really should not be calling offense and being a head coach. There's so much that's a problem with this Dolphin team that there's no way, even if we make the playoffs, you bring Greer back. And unfortunately, it's a situation that if we win next week and the Broncos lose next week and we make the playoffs, it's like, oh, you kind of have to bring them back. It's like, and I'll talk about all this tomorrow, which really drives me nuts, but the Dolphins win. The Dolphins did what they needed to do. The players on the field played. The defense played fantastically. I'm really happy with the way the defense played. I wish we had more sacks. I really wanted Chop Robinson to get more sacks. I wanted him to get, he's at 6. I would have loved to get him to 9 sacks on the season, break Jalen Phillips' record. But, it is what it is. We're at where we're at now. It's, it's just, to me, it's crazy that everything we needed to happen happened. Like, I did not expect the Colts to lose to the Giants because the Giants wanted that first overall pick, which I think right now they're sitting at 4. They went from 1 to 4, and there's a 3-way tie, a 4-way tie for the number 1 pick right now. And it's because the Giants have the harder strength of schedule is why they are at 4. They go by strength of schedule. And New England's number 1. And if New England's number 1, they ain't taking a quarterback. They might trade down. Or they might take the Heisman winner. But quarterback needy team. They just brought back Deshaun Watson. So I don't know. Quarterback needy team. It's like, you look at the top and it's getting their quarterback need team is going to be a lot of trade ups. There's going to be a lot of moves. But again, I'll look at it tomorrow to see where this will end up being. The Dolphins right now are sitting at 15. So I'll look at all this tomorrow. So check out tomorrow's video where we look at all this stuff. But this team is sloppy. This team is not a playoff team. Yes, we're back to 8-8, and we would be at a different situation to me personally if Tua played against the Tennessee Titans, against Seattle, and against the Colts. I think we would be sitting at 11-5 right now and really be fighting for a different situation. Now, we wouldn't be playing for the division, but we'd be higher up in the playoff standings. But it's a hot mess right now. And I don't know how you could sit here and yes, we make the playoffs and still think, oh, let's run it back one more time. I just can't see that. But I'll go more into detail on that tomorrow. I'm going to get my information, get my data, get my facts, get all this stuff together. And tomorrow's video will do a deeper dive into this win, deeper dive into the season and all that stuff. So I got a special week planned for you guys, New Year's and all that stuff. So like usual, I'll see you tomorrow, but stay classy and fins out.